I think we just started working on the G7 chord, is that right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the A minor.
And, okay, so we did get into the A minor too, okay. So that pretty much caught us up, because I teach another class in Grand Ledge, and they started a week before you, but it sounds like we're in about the same place. So, what did we do last week? Did we do Blowing in the Wind?
Yes.
Yeah.
Did we do This Land Is Your Land?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's do one of those. Let's do Homegrown Tomatoes. That's always a good warm-up. And what I like about this is the chords, they're just the same all the way through. So you don't have to think about, oh, it's going to change these different chords. So we've got our C. Let's everybody get a nice clean sounding C here. Then our F. And then to get to the G7th, what do we do? I can't do it. I'll fall down. So we pivot right on our index finger. Now when you're switching to that F chord, I saw it's easiest, I think, to switch if you get that index finger down first and then put the middle finger down. Remember we talked about an anchor finger last time?
Especially if you're going from the C, because it's like, what is that?
Yeah, well the C is, you love the C, right? But if you start to work on it where you don't have to look at it, which you've been doing a really good job of, you Brody, right? But yeah, the more you can wean yourself off of looking at it. Yeah, I know, we're all starting out, right? But the more you work on it though, little by little, and you can just try it and you'll go, well, no, that's not it. Whoa, okay. But that's why that fingering works nicely. So if you get this anchor finger down first, drop the other one on. Okay? So we'll do a regular old strum here. What's the accent going to be on?
2 and 4.
Too slow.
I sounded just like her, didn't
Hey.
I? My mouth open.
Wow! Your voice is higher.
Look at me and go, I'm not gonna.
I'm a ventriloquist.
There, wow. All right, so here we go. So we'll get a little accent on the 2 and 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. F, G7. Slide up to C. Ain't nothing in the world I like better. Bacon and lettuce and homegrown tomatoes. Up in the morning, out in the garden. Get you a ripe one, don't get a hard one. Plant 'em in the spring, eat 'em in summer. Winter without 'em's a culinary bummer. I forget all about the sweating and digging. See, every time I go out and pick me a big one. Homegrown tomatoes, homegrown tomatoes. What would life be without homegrown tomatoes? There's only 2 things that money can't buy. That's true love and homegrown tomatoes. Play through those chords. F, G7, C. You can go out and eat, that's for sure. But there's nothing that a homegrown tomato won't cure. Put 'em in a salad, put 'em in a stew. You can make your very own tomato juice. Eat 'em with eggs, eat 'em with gravy, eat 'em with beans, pinto or navy. Put 'em on the side, put 'em in the middle. Put a homegrown tomato on a hot cake griddle. Homegrown tomatoes, homegrown tomatoes. What would life be without homegrown tomatoes. There's only two things that money can't buy. That's true love and homegrown tomatoes. F, G7. If I was to change this life I lead, I'd be Johnny Tomato Seed. 'Cause I know what this country needs, homegrown tomatoes in every yard you see. When I die, don't bury me in a box in a cemetery. Out in the garden would be much better, 'cause I could be pushing up homegrown tomatoes, homegrown tomatoes, homegrown tomatoes. What would life be without homegrown tomatoes? There's only two things that money can't buy. That's true love. Let's sing it one more time. Homegrown tomatoes, homegrown tomatoes. What would life be without homegrown tomatoes? There's only two things that, let's stop here, money to buy. That's true love and homegrown tomatoes. All right, we all stopped at the same time. It's amazing. And you guys, I noticed you
About that foot down with it. Oh, gotta stop.
That's yeah, you know that now, don't you? It's that Ben Stomp. You guys did a good job of keeping the right tempo, and I noticed you were all working on trying not to look at the fretboard, so that was good. I know we had to look at it now and then, right? I had to look at it now and then. The other thing too, you know, like you've got a strap on yours. When you do get your own ukulele, there's nothing wrong with getting a strap. You'll probably, most of the ukuleles will come with a button down here. And then wherever you buy it, like at Elderly or whatever, they can put another one right here. And that really helps because you don't have to worry about supporting it. I mean, I always play with a strap. And I probably should get one put on this one, but it's small enough that I don't worry about it quite as much. So just keep that in mind. And then it makes it actually a little easier to hold the ukulele. It's not, you're not having to grip it quite as tightly. So let's do, okay, this land is your land or blowing in the wind. Okay. The one I wrote?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
I was doing this up north and I had to put, you can be a husky, let's see, it's Michigan Tech Husky, or a Wildcat, that's northern Michigan, but then it didn't rhyme. So, did we work on a little intro for this last time? You remember?
Yeah.
Did we? Okay. So what was my rule about intros? Does anyone remember?
Did you like the first two lines of the chorus?
Yeah, or the last two lines of the chorus usually. Yeah, last line or last two lines, because the chorus goes into what? A verse, right? Now this song, actually, the chorus and the verses are all the same. But that's a good rule of thumb in general to start out a song. So for this one, let's see what would be a good intro rather than just playing on C. That sounds pretty good, right? So we're going to do the last two lines. F, C, G7, C, and then we'll start off with this land is your land. Okay? And I don't have to call out the chords, right? Because you can see them up there. I'm going to do this thing. All right, here we go. So our intro, we're going to start off with what chord?
F.
F. 1, 2, 1, 2, bum, bum, F, C. Wait, I'm not calling off the chords, I forgot. This land is your land, this land is my land, from the Motor City to Mackinac Island, C7, from the Pine Tree Forest to the Great Lakes waters. G7, Michigan was made for you and me. As I was driving that ribbon of highway, I saw orange barrels all along my way. I hit a pothole and blew a tire. Michigan was made for you and me. Here we go. This land is your land. This land is your land. This land is my land. From the Motor City to Mackinac Island, from the Pine Tree Forest, good, to the Great Lakes waters. Michigan was made for you and me. In the UP, I ate a pasty. Lake Superior's beautiful, black flies are nasty, and all around me, Upers were sounding. Michigan was made for you and me. This land is your land. This land is my land. From the Motor City to Mackinac Island, from the Great Lakes forest, whatever, waters, yeah, that's it. Michigan was made for you and me. You can be a Wolverine, but I hope not, or a Spartan. There's no state you'd rather have your heart in. I hear the robin sweetly singing. Michigan was made for you and me. This land is your land. This land is my land. From the Motor City to Mackinac Island, from the Pine Tree Forest to the Great Lakes waters. Michigan was made for you and me. Tag it. Michigan was made for you and me. Michigan was made for you and me. One more time with a shave and a haircut at the end. Michigan was made for you and me. Ah, who remembers what the shave and the haircut was?
Remembering it and doing it, it's two different things.
Yeah. So we talked about that last week. I know we talked about it last time, but so the shave and a haircut in the key of C is C, 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 G7, C. Okay, and there's a little bit of a mute in there, so it goes like this. Bum, 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 bum. So see what I'm doing? So I'm just barely touching the strings, and it goes, it mutes. So let's try that. This is probably the most common way to end a song when you're in a big ukulele group playing along. So let's give it a try. It'll go like this. C, 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 G7, C, 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 G7, C, 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 G7, C, 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 G7, C, 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 G7, C. Let's do a little slower. C. Oh wait, well wait a little bit faster. Here we go.
The remedial group is back here.
1, 2, 3, 4. C, 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 G7, C, 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 G7, C, that's good. C, 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 G7, C, 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 G7, C, a little faster. C, 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 G7, C, shave and a haircut, 2 bits again. Da, 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 bum, 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 bum. Okay, so that's a good one to practice because it's a little counterintuitive to what we've been doing before because we had that stop and then we only hit that G7 once and go right back. So that's a good thing to practice. And if you're in your mind, you just say shave and haircut, 2 bits. These two are like, what's that all about?
25 cents.
That's right. It is. Yes. So, and you guys are getting a little groove on the 2 and the 4. And I saw a couple times a little bit of self-correction there when you weren't quite on the G7 like you thought you were, right?
Everybody plays nicely with this one.
That G7? Or just
that bottom finger.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
know
the
what
ring
it should
finger.
do, but making it do it.
Well, and here again, it just takes playing it, you know? And, you know, and you're able to take the ukuleles home. So if you get a little bit of practice in, it helps. I mean, you don't need to like set aside a half hour or an hour. You know, you just get 5-10 minutes just in the middle of something, you know, like if you're postponing something you really don't feel like doing. Well, say, well, I need to practice my ukulele for 10 minutes. I don't want to wash those dishes right now, you know, right?
Already used an excuse.
There you go. It's a good thing. You already did?
Yes.
Good for you. All right. I like that. So we're pretty comfortable with switching between those chords. I mean, we don't have it down yet, but we know what to do, right? We know the techniques. So what I brought in today, we've got, well, you can work on a couple songs with the A minor. And then the other thing I brought in, and I'll email them to you, and whatever other songs we do with the A minor, I brought in a couple Christmas songs. Jingle Bells, and I forget what the other one was. No, it was Jingle Bells Up on the Housetop. So, and those just use these same chords. Okay? We're getting in that season, like all my groups. I've got my big senior group at East Lansing Primetime. We're gonna have a show at the East Lansing Library, which I'll make sure you guys know about it. That'll be December 11th. And, but then we've got every other, it's like everything for the next month are all these songs. So
Time of the year.
it is the most wonderful time of the year, right?
Andy Williams would say so, yes.
It's the most wonderful time of the year. My dad loved Andy Williams. Moon River. Actually, Moon River is a really pretty song.
It is.
We're not quite there yet, but it's got some tricky little chords in it. But it's doable.
Yeah, you've been playing your own
The singing part.
4-string instruments since like 09. And you're 20 years of guitars before.
I can play it as long as it's on the radio.
Yeah, there you go.
I can play it louder, I can play it lower.
Wow. Playing the right key.
Yeah, every
Yeah.
time.
All right, so this one's kind of like Homegrown Tomatoes. It's a good one to practice because it's the same 4 chords all the way through. Same order, you don't have to worry about it. Yes.
I saw that on sheet music. What's this baritone?
Baritone's a different tuning. So baritone is
it's
like
a
the
lot more
highest 4 strings of a guitar.
Okay,
Okay?
okay.
So that's why, what chord would this be on a regular ukulele?
Ah,
F, right?
Yeah.
Right? And this on a regular
Maybe a
ukulele
C.
would be a C.
you don't know.
This would be
Mystery.
That's where lost one.
a D minor, and this is a B flat. So here they're the same shapes, but they're different chords, and that's like why I say, you know, if you want to graduate, not graduate isn't the right word, but if you also want to play guitar, then what you're learning as an ukulele player will translate to guitar. It's just like a little different language. Okay, it's like Spanish and Italian. They're kind of the same, but not quite, you know. So it's like a different dialect. How's that? So this one is going to be, we know our C. Then when we go to A minor, what are we going to do? We're on the 2nd fret on the G string, so we're using our 2nd finger, our middle finger. And then to play the F, what do we have to do?
Just put our index finger down.
Yep, yep. And then we do that little pivot to the G7. Okay?
That's what
Your favorite part, right?
Yeah.
Stupid G7.
C is my favorite.
C, you know, C is everybody's favorite.
I can do that one blindfolded.
Yeah, good for you. Good for you.
Finger.
Well, wait till you learn an A minor 7th chord.
I have no idea what
That sounds
said,
tricky,
but-
doesn't it? Goes like this. So this one is going to go C, A minor, F, G7, and C. So let's just practice this. C, A minor, F, G7, and C. Let's just, when the night has come, A minor, and the land is dark, F, and the moon, G7, is the only C light we'll see. I won't cry, but I'll be afraid. No, I minor won't be afraid. Just as long, G7, as you stand by me. So darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, oh, stand, A minor by me. F, oh, stand, G7, stand by me. C, stand by me. And if the sky that we look upon, A minor, should tumble and fall, F, and those mountains, G7, should crumble, C to the sea. Oh, there's C. I love that C. I won't cry. I won't cry. No, I, A minor, won't shed a tear. F, just as long, G7, as you stand, C, stand by me. So darling, darling, stand by me. A minor, stand by me. F, oh, stand, trouble, baby, stand by me. A minor, stand by me. F, oh, stand. G7, stand by me. Stand by me. I like how we all stop at the same time. It's amazing. So, how was that? Switching, okay? Good.
Lots of thinking.
Yeah.
It's,
We're thinking.
it's a lot easier to go from F to G7 than from C to F. You know, it's
Yeah,
natural.
right. Yeah, when you have the A minor.
And from the G7 to the C, it's just,
Yeah,
easy to.
yeah. Well, and when you put that A minor in there,
Yep.
then all you have to do is put the
All we
one
have to
finger
do,
down.
yeah.
Yep. So let's take another song with those chords. Let's see. Now, later I'm going to teach you a different, not today, but a different strum for this one. With kind of a little island. A little island feel. But I won't do that today.
I warned you, I said, you know it's coming. It's going to start messing with that.
You know, I can't help myself, right?
Whatever.
I can't help myself.
That's all right. Sounds great when you do it.
Octopuss's Garden.
You know that one, don't you?
No, it's not that one.
The Beatles?
The Beatles.
I'd like to be.
Under the Sea. Who sang that one? Which Beatle sang that one? No, Ringo. Yep.
The drummer.
The drummer. So,
Are you able to get your black screen to go max? So it would show top to bottom on the
well, let's see.
little screen, isn't it?
There we
go.
go. There we go.
Sweet.
I like seeing those little dots at the time. Sorry. This is what I did last time. So if you look at this, now the verse here is just like what we did before, isn't it? It's C, A minor, F, and G7. A little different feel to it. Same 4 chords, but then look what it does. It goes to the A minor. I'd ask my friends to come and see F. An octopus's garden with me. And then it's the same. So that's a little bit different there, and there, and it repeats there. So that's when you're learning a new song, it's kind of good to look at it and break it down into parts, okay? And usually the verse, the pre-chorus, chorus, they're going to be a little bit different. But look and see what the chord progressions are and just kind of play through it a little bit, okay? We already know what we're doing. Let's just play it, the first part, the first verse, and then that next part there, so we can hear how it goes, okay? Let's do a little intro of the C, A minor, F, and G7. 1, 2, start on the C chord. A minor, F, G7, and C. I'd like to be under the sea in an octopus's garden in the shade. He let us in, knows where we've been, in his octopus's garden in the shade. Now we're going to go to an A minor. I ask my friends to come and see F, an octopus's G. G7 garden with me. I'd like to be under the sea in an octopus's garden in the shade. How's that? All right. We would be warm below the storm in our little hideaway beneath the waves, resting our head on the seabed is Octopuss's garden near a cave. Hit that A minor. We would sing and dance around because we know we can't be found. I'd like to be under the sea in an octopus's garden in the shade. We would shout, wow, and swim about the coral that lies beneath the wave, beneath the ocean wave. Oh, what joy for every girl and boy, knowing they're happy and they're safe at A minor. We would be so happy, you and me. No one there to tell us what to do, and I like that. I'd like to be under the sea in an octopus's garden with you, A minor. In an octopus's garden with you, A minor. Let's stop on these. In an octopus's garden with you. All right, not bad, huh? You were doing good. I was watching you.
G7, not my friend.
G7. G7 is not my friend.
You sing like battleship. Wait, what?
Oh, poor little G7. Let's see. Let's do another one with the A minor, and I will send you these songs. So you practice them for hours on end. Let's see.
Moments of minutes.
That's right. I teach a class called Play Almost Every Song in the World.
Oh.
And, so let's see. Yeah, there we go. I've Just Seen a Face. Another Beatles song. But there's so many songs that have this same chord progression. Now they might be in a different key, but it's the same relationship between the chords. And this relationship, just so you know, C is the one chord in the key of C. Okay? And if we count our letters, C, what comes after C? Good. D, E, F. Do we see an F in there?
Yes.
Yeah. That's our 4 chord. 1, 2, 3, 4. C, D, E, F. Our 5 chord is G or G7, right? And then after G in the musical alphabet, we go back to A, right? So then what we call our 6th chord, we've got 1 is C, D, E, F is our 4 chord, G or G7 is our 5 chord, and then our 6 chord, I like to use my hand and say A minor. That's 1, 4, 5, minor 6. And don't worry about it too much now, but we'll talk about that as we go along, because what that will help us do is learn how to play in different keys or transpose. Well, yeah, like if a song in C is too high or too low, right? You'll want to play it in a different key. And that makes you learn even more chords. But for right now, we'll play in the key of C.
Okay.
Are they all built on that same premise then?
Yeah.
So it's 1, 4,
1, 4, 5, minor 6.
minor.
Okay. And those are, I call them the fantastic 4 chords, and the most common chords. You're going to have them in everything from, I've just seen a face, I can't forget the time or place where we just met. She's just a girl for me. I want all the world to see we met. Or out on a date in my daddy's car. We hadn't driven very far. All those old doo-wop songs are those 4 chords. Now they might be not in that order. Or you can even get into when the storm has hit the shore, give it all, but I want more. And I wait for you, with or without you. I won't go into the high range because I might break something. But yeah, so that's got those same progression too, the U2 song. And there's a whole bunch, like most every Taylor Swift song, at least the early ones. And I hope you didn't try to buy tickets. Crash the website. There's just so many songs, and once you get those chord relationships in your head, you'll start listening to music and you'll go, I think that has the fantastic 4 chords. Now it might be in a different key. You know, it might be in G. But it's the same relationship between the chords. Okay? So let's do I've Just Seen a Face. I can't forget the time of this. So, you guys,
No, she loves Paul McCartney.
have you ever heard this band, the Beatles?
Yeah.
A little
Yeah.
bit.
I
Okay.
was gonna marry Paul McCartney.
You were gonna marry Paul
Yes.
McCartney?
Yeah.
But what happened?
She never asked me.
That photographer got in the way.
Yeah.
Yep. So this one just
I
goes,
don't know.
I just see a face, I can't forget the time or place. We just met, she's just the girl for me. I want all the world to see we met. Still haven't heard that? Had it been another day, I might have looked the other way, and I had never been aware. But as it is, I'll dream of her tonight. Die, 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 die. Falling, yes, I am falling, as she keeps calling me back again. Wow! It's not even that obscure of one.
Yeah, it wasn't the later stuff. It's like, where did they come up with that?
Oh no, this one was one of the older ones.
Huh.
I can't tell you what album it was off of, but. Well, let's give it a try. Just play along. You know the chords. Okay? So we'll just start on C. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. There you go. I've just seen a face, I can't forget the time or place where we just met. She's just the girl for me, and I want all the world to see we met. other day, I might have looked the other way, and I had never been aware. But as it is, I'll dream of her tonight. Die, 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 die. G7, falling. Yes, I am falling. And she keeps calling me back again. I have never known the likes of this. I've been alone and I have missed things and kept out of sight. Other girls were never quite like this. Die, 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 die. G7, falling. Yes, I am falling. And she keeps calling me back again. Let's do the falling again. Falling. Yes, I am falling. And she keeps calling me back again. Last verse. I've just seen a face, I can't forget the time or place where we just met. She's just the girl for me. I want all the world to see we met. Da da da. G7, falling. Yes, I am falling. And she keeps calling me back again. G7, falling. Yes, I am falling. And she keeps calling me back again. One more time. Falling. Yes, I am falling. And she keeps calling me back again. I had to throw that in. Okay, but notice it's the same chords, and a lot of it's in the same progression we've been using, but it sounds totally different, doesn't it? Different melody line, little different strum, maybe some of the measures might switch a little more quickly. So you can use the same 4 chords, and there's really an infinite number of melodies and songs and things you can play. So, like I said, these are the most popular. The most popular 4 chords. We did the most popular 3 chords before. Now we're moving on up. So let's take a look. Let's take a look at one of the Christmas songs. How's that? Look at it. It's those same chords. Wow. You guys know this one? Yeah? Yeah? What was the one you wanted to learn last year at Christmas time?
Silver Bells, wasn't it?
Silver Bells, that's right, yeah.
We're gonna do it again this year. We
Okay.
got it this year.
Good. So if you look at this one, so here's how the song goes. Ho, 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 who wouldn't go? Ho, 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 who wouldn't go? Up on the housetop, click, click, click. Down through the chimney with good Saint Nick. Right? So what's our, I wrote an intro here. What is the intro compared to the rest of the song? Where did I steal that intro from in the song?
It's the next line of the first stanza.
Yeah. All for the little ones, Christmas joys. Which is kind of like click, click, click. It's kind of like down through the chimney with good Saint Nick. Yeah.
You do that one.
But all for the little ones, Christmas joys. That's what I did.
Good one. It's not too repetitive.
What's that?
We're doing the holiday tree lighting, and we've got some songs from last year, and we're gonna change some, I think. And that'd be a good one for, no?
That's a great great song.
Lead, I gotta lead it. So.
What's this for the tree lighting?
Holiday tree lighting up here at the,
December 6th.
Yeah.
It's 6:30
James Cousin Memorial
at
Park.
the park.
There is a small flyer on the corkboard as you're leaving the building on your left or as you enter on the right.
Okay. When's our last lesson here? The 5th? Is that a Friday? Is it 6th?
6th is a Tuesday.
This is a Tuesday. No, our last lesson is
8th then maybe, or the 15th?
15.
Because we're gonna have a little holiday, the Ukulele Kings are gonna come here and play a concert. So we'll have to spread the word about that. And if we learn a couple songs, you guys can open up for the Ukulele Kings. Or we'll open up for you.
Right.
Yeah.
Here's what it's supposed to sound like.
Yeah. Doggone it.
I gotta follow that.
So the intro will
Put the
go.
record on and turn the
Yeah, there you
volume up.
go.
There you go. And you'll just go.
Yeah.
So the intro is F, 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 da, 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 C, G, 7, C. Woo. All right. So we'll take it nice and slow. They'll never make it around the world with the rate we're gonna play. Okay. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. F, C, G, 7, C. Up on the housetop, the reindeer paws. Out jumps good old Santa Claus. Down through the chimney with lots of toys. All for the little ones' Christmas joys. Ho, 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 who wouldn't go? Ho, 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 who wouldn't go? Up on the housetop, click, click, click. Down through the chimney with good Saint Nick. First comes a stocking of little Nell. Oh dear Santa, fill it well. Give her a dolly that laughs and cries, one that will open and shut its eyes. Ho, 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 who wouldn't go? Ho, 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 who wouldn't go? Oh, up on the housetop, click, click, click. Down through the chimney with good Saint Nick. Next is a stocking of little Bill. Oh, just see what a glorious fill. Here is a hammer, lots of tacks. Also a ball and a whip that cracks. Ho, 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 who wouldn't go? Ho, 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 who wouldn't go? Oh, up on the housetop, click, click, click. Down through the chimney with good Saint Nick. Woo! So it switches a little more quickly in that one, doesn't it? Doesn't it? And we were not really playing that quick to tempo, you know. Okay? But it's the same chord. So what you need to do with this, if you're working on this, you're going from like a C to a G7th, which I don't know if we've done that in any song yet, right? So what was the little trick for that?
Skip it.
Z chord.
Works good for me too.
What was my trick to go from the C to the G7? What? Not the Z chord. Now what do we do when we go from the G7 to the C? What was my trick for that?
Start with your ankle finger and move.
Slide, right? Well, guess what? You can slide up and you can slide down. So the C to the G7th, you can go. And you have that finger there, so you kind of know where you're at on the fretboard. And I'll help you switch it better. Okay?
take your index finger and put it on a long string and make the weight.
Well, yeah, you can do that too.
I do that frequently.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You're doing that too? Wow.
Sounds horrible.
You started a new trend.
Oh, no.
I need an extra string to put my little finger on that I know where.
There you go. There you go. So that's a good one that we can learn. And then there's good old Jingle Bells. Now this one has, what's different in that? There's a new chord in there. A D7. Let's see, where is that? Okay, so it's all what fun it is to ride a one-horse open sleigh. What's that?
That sounds terrible.
No, it doesn't.
Only
Not if you play it right.
It's only the way I play.
So let me just show you where it goes. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey! Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride one-horse open sleigh. Bum, 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 bum. So that D7th, where do we have to go? We've got the C to the D7th. Now, if you look at the D7th, what finger on there looks familiar to another chord that we've played?
Part of the F.
F or
A minor.
A minor. Yeah. So if you're, the thing is, usually when you play a D7th though, instead of using your middle finger, you're going to use your index finger because you're going to bum, 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 bum. Because if you use your middle finger, you could use your middle finger and then you'd use your third finger, your ring finger. Then you could just jump over to the C or to the G7. That might work easier for you. Here again, you know, there's kind of guidelines we use for our fingering, but if you come up with something that works better for you and can help you switch the chords more easily, do it. So look at this. So if we're going jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride. Now here's the D7 in a one-horse open sleigh. So we have that. If we're going to use our middle finger there, because it's got to go from a D7 to a G7. So then all we have to do is take these two fingers and move them over one set of strings. So that might be an easier way in this song. Me, I'm so used to playing it this way, it's probably easy for me to do it this way. But that's kind of a nice little strategy, I think, for going through that. Okay? So let's just give it a little bit of a run through. Now you notice we're using the C7ths a lot in these last two songs. And we're using them as what kind of a chord? Transition chord. Whoa, I like that. Yes, you're right. We're using them to go from the C to the F. All right. So let's do it nice and slow here. And we'll, at least you know how the song goes, right? So you can go home and play along. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, F, C, G7, C, G7, dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh. O'er the fields we go, laughing all the way. Bells on bobtails ring, making spirits bright. What fun it is to ride and sing a sleighing song tonight. Oh, jingle bells, sleigh. A day or two ago, I thought I'd take a ride. Soon Miss Fanny Bright was sitting by my side. The horse was lean and lank. Misfortune seemed his lot. He ran into a drifted bank, and we all got upset. Oh, jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Now the ground is white, go riding while we're young. Take your friends tonight and sing this sleighing song. Just get a bobtail nag, 240 as his speed, and hitch him to an open sleigh, and crack, you'll take the lead. Oh, jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey! Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Whew. So, did you notice all those G7s I put in there? Before, at the end of a line, when it went from C, went to the G7th before it went into the next verse. That's called a turnaround, okay? And now, what number chord is that in the key of C? What number chord is that G7?
Fifth.
5, yeah, right. Right. So if you have a song and you're gonna have a turnaround, it's kind of a nice way to go into the next part, isn't it? What fun it is to ride and sing a sleighing song tonight. Oh, you could stay on the C, but doesn't it sound better when you go, oh, jingle bell, jingle, especially when you go like that.
Sounds better when you do it, yes.
Oh, jingle. So that's called a turnaround. You'll find that a lot in songs. It just kind of sets up the next part of the song. So what I will do is I will email you guys some of the songs we've worked on here. Maybe some other ones with the minor chord to work on those. Something you'll know other than I've just seen a face that you didn't know, even though it's by the Beatles.
I'm old enough to know. I don't.
Well, I know.
Hey,
Hey,
come on. I don't get it.
I think you're younger than me, but anyway.
It must have been a B-side of the 45 or something.
Yeah, I don't know. But I'll send you guys some stuff, and we can, keep continuing to work on some of those. And, are we getting together? No, it's Thanksgiving. We're not getting together. You guys we're all invited over to your house for
Yes.
Thanksgiving.
Yes, absolutely. We got
All
plenty of
right,
room.
play our
We're
ukulele.
gonna have a couple of 3-year-old grandkids helping you out.
Absolutely, that sounds great.
The
They're the
littles
best
will be
help,
there.
aren't
Those
they?
will be